Hello, good my friend, bonjour. It's wonderful to have your company again. And a warm welcome to all the new one joining us today. I am Gerard, your French chef, here to share another delicious specialty from my kitchen to yours. Today we're going to make a classic lemon tart. While lemon meringue pie is one of France's favorite desserts just after the chocolate mousse, but today I'm going to show you a simpler and equally irresistible version. It's a crisp, buttery short crust pastry filled with a soft, light, and beautifully tangy lemon cream. And it is elegant, refreshing, and surprisingly easy to make. Let's begin. Before we start, remember to subscribe to my humble channel. Your support inspires me to share even more French delight with you. As always, I'm giving you everything you need to master this recipe, just like a true French chef. If you have any question, just write them in the comments. I'm always happy to help. So, aprons on, and let's begin. Welcome back to my kitchen. There are two components to make this lemon tart: the sweet pastry and the lemon filling. So, to prepare this sweet pastry, all we need is love. We will need flour, butter, powdered sugar, eggs, and almond powder, and a little bit of salt. For the lemon filling, you need fresh squeezed lemon juice, sugar, eggs, corn flour, butter, and lemon zest. Now, let's start with the sweet pastry. Use the paddle attachment. Place the butter into the mixer. Add the powdered sugar and mix until the texture becomes smooth and homogeneous. Add the egg and mix just enough to combine. Incorporate the almond flour, then delicately the plain flour. Gently fold everything together with a spatula. The goal is not to overwork the dough, otherwise it will become elastic and will shrink during the baking. Now you can shape the dough into a ball, then flatten it and roll it into a plastic wrap. Refrigerate for 2 hours or freeze 30 minutes if you're in a hurry. Okay, now we're going to do the lemon filling. In a bowl, whisk together the eggs and the sugar using a hand mixer. Now you can add the lemon juice, then the corn flour, and mix until perfectly smooth. Now you pour the mixture into a saucepan and you heat gently, whisking constantly until it begins to boil. Once it reaches a boil, cook over medium heat for about 3 minutes, still whisking non-stop until the cream thickens and becomes slightly translucent. Now you can strain the lemon filling to remove eventually the egg shells and the lumps if any. Aerate the lemon cream, then add butter and blend until silky and smooth. Okay, now transfer the cream to a dish, cover with a plastic wrap, directly touching the surface to prevent a skin for forming, and refrigerate for at least 2 hours. Now we're going to line the sweet pastry. Roll out the dough between plastic wrap and a sheet of baking paper using a rolling pin until it's about 2 mm thick. I am using a 23 cm Tarte tin, 2 cm high, and make sure your dough is large enough to fit the mold. Cut a circle about 3 cm wider than the ring. Now, lift the plastic wrap to easily transfer the fragile sweet pastry dough to the Tarte tin. Carefully ease the dough into the mold without stretching it. Press it gently into the edge and the corners. Now trim the excess pastry and prick the base to prevent bubbling. Then smooth and shape the edge neatly. Decorate the rim with a fork if you like. Now you can place the lion tart shell in the fridge for 1 hour or in the freezer for 30 minutes if you're short on time. Now we're going to do the blind baking. Take the tart shell out of the freezer. Place a piece of parchment paper over the dough and fill it with dry beans or baking weight to keep the side from collapsing. Now bake for 20 minutes at 180, then remove the beans. Now you can wrap the sides with aluminum foil to prevent overbrowning. Now return the tart to the oven and bake for another 10 minutes at 180. When it's done, take the tart out of the oven, remove the foil and let it cool completely on a wire rack. Collect a green lemon and prepare your zest for the decoration. Now you can fill the tart. Once both the tart shell and the lemon cream have cooled, pour the filling into the pre-baked shell. Smooth the top with a spatula and return to the oven for 10 minutes at 180. Then chill in the fridge until set. Now we can talk about the making of the neutral glaze. That's a clear jelly. Now we have to soften 1 leaf of gelatin in a glass of cold water. Then in a small saucepan, you bring the sugar and the water to the boil, and also you add your glucose, stirring constantly until it reaches 105 degrees. It's 220 Fahrenheit. Now you drain the softened gelatin and add it to the hot syrup, stirring until completely dissolved. You can add a little bit of juice of half a lemon to give the glaze a little flavor and a light color. Store the glaze in a jar to cool down and cover it with a plastic wrap, touching the surface. Now we are going to do the glazing. Let the glaze cool down to around 45 degrees before applying it with a brush. We're going to remove the plastic. Now you see it's set. We're going to remove the plastic, and that's good because that'd be removing the bubbles. Okay? All the bubbles sit there. All you have to do now, just warm up in the microwave, but no more than 45 degrees. Now the lemon tart is cold. 43, it's the right temperature for the glazing. Dip a brush into the syrup glaze and gently coat the cold surface of the lemon filling. It will set nicely and quickly. This will give the lemon tart a beautiful shine. Now you can return the tart to the fridge for half an hour to set completely before decorating. Now that our lemon tart has chilled and is beautifully set, we can add a few simple decorations to elevate the presentation. First, gently press the surface with your fingertip. If it's smooth, not sticky, and spring back slightly, you know it's perfectly set. Now let's keep the decoration elegant and uncomplicated. Add a few very thin slices of fresh, well-washed lemon. They create that clean, bright lemon finish that instantly tells you what this tart is all about. Now you can scatter a handful of fresh blueberries. Their deep colors gives a lovely contrast and adds a touch of freshness. Now a small cluster of mixed berries can bring a seasonal note depending on the time of the year. And also this little chocolate star adds a playful festive touch. Perfect if you are serving this tart around Christmas. A light sprinkle of fresh green lemon zest adds a delicate crunch and an extra burst of citrus aroma. And finally, a gentle glaze over the berries will give them a beautiful shine and help them to adhere neatly to the lemon filling. And decorate with fruit and whipped cream, and your tart is ready to enjoy. This is truly the best moment of the recipe, really. Et voilà, The kitchen is filled with the most wonderful lemon aroma. Now we're going to try it. The crust is perfectly crispy. The lemon cream is smooth and silky and beautifully tangy. Soft, delicate, and absolutely delicious. This is the best lemon tart, especially made with fresh lemon from the garden. And the best part, it was so easy to make. Perfect for an elegant dessert or that special occasion. Okay? Alright, dear gourmet friend, if you like this video, thank you to give us a like. Thank you also for subscribing and to encourage me to create more videos like this one. Thank you for watching and or commenting. I got a question for you guys. Tell me, what French recipe would you like me to do next? Okay? You put that in the comment. Thank you and catch you very soon.